Alright, let's start today's video off with some good news. Amazon plans to invest $1 billion a year in movie theaters. Amazon plans to spend more than $1 billion a year to produce movies that it will release in theaters, according to people familiar with the company's plans, the largest commitment to cinemas by an internet company. Now, this is going to be huge for AMC and the cinema industry in general because a huge part of not creating enough revenue for movie theaters is actually not producing enough movies. So this is definitely a strong move on Amazon's part that is going to help the movie theater chain in general and will essentially help AMC. The timing is a little weird because we are expecting a rip and now some sort of good news has come out and they're going to blame this little 5, 6, 7% day on this. The Fed minutes came out today, and pretty much a quick breakdown from what's expected is that in the December meeting they're expecting to raise rates by a 0.5 basis point rate hike, which is going to be bullish and the market will probably have a little bit of pump. However, after that they may or may not see a 0.75 basis point rate hike for the next 3 meetings following that. Depending on what happens then, and if that does come to fruition, we may or may not be entering a recession according to the Fed. Now, the US weekly jobless claims came in at 240,000 last week, estimated at 225,000. I wanted to touch on Citigroup. Apparently Citigroup has been shorting AMC for over a year. They gave AMC a salty $1.20 price target after shorting the stock for the past year. The institution has filed a 13F form disclosing ownership of 158,000 shares of AMC Entertainment. The holdings are valued at $1.1 million. Now, I don't know why they would do this because you don't necessarily have to disclose a short position. Not only that, but Citigroup is, I believe, the underwriter for selling Ape, and that is who Adam Aron hired, so a huge weird conflict of interest going on over here. Touching on banks, Credit Suisse stock hits record low, down 59% year to date, and also Credit Suisse has forecasted a loss of up to $1.6 billion in the fourth quarter as the bank saw $88 billion in outflows during the first few weeks of the quarter. Again, that is $88 billion. Starlink Bank prohibits transactions with crypto exchanges and merchants, stating that they are at high risk and widely used for criminal purposes, and 47% of all UK banks don't allow customers to interact with Bitcoin and crypto exchanges at all. Now, we have silver heading for its biggest deficit in decades, and central banks globally are buying gold at record speed, which is seeing it head east, and now the Federal Reserve is indicating slower rate hikes as liquidity is drying up. Connect the dots. This is talking about moving into different currencies or the US dollar essentially just failing. And speaking of that, another bank to launch a CBDC pilot. Japan plans to launch an experimental digital yen CBDC in 2023. Germany's chancellor says that 200 billion is needed to prevent bankruptcies and job losses. Bank of England projects more than 30 billion pounds of annual quantitative easing losses for 2023 and 2024. The Treasury is now bailing out the central bank. 2022 is going to go into the record books. All bigger players, central banks, they always get bailed out by the DTCC, the Treasury, the Fed, whatever it is. They will always get bailed out in the end. We saw that happen with Citadel, and we're seeing it happen with Citadel once again. Now, was FTX being used as a backdoor to short GameStop and Tesla stocks? I'm going to leave this link down below. We talked about how the tokenized securities is a way for hedge funds to further suppress the price of GameStop and AMC because it shows that the broker can locate shares. Now, hedge funds can continue to short the stock, locating shares and further suppressing the price, even though there are not actually any real shares left to further suppress the price. This is all explained in this article down here. I'm going to leave this linked in the top of comments if you guys want to go read this. Also, according to S3 Partners, short sellers don't have access to enough shares of GameStop to apply serious downward pressure on the stock without significantly borrowing costs. They go on to say that, but there is not enough stock to borrow available to execute large short trades in the stock, and 2022 will be dictated largely by buying demand rather than short selling. Again, all of this is coming out at a weird time, indicating that institutions, news outlets are essentially going to have the correct call out on AMC and GameStop's run up. Now, I'm not going to hold this to anything because the SEC doesn't do its job, and quite frankly, this is just explaining them doing their job in general, but apparently they're launching a strategic plan from 2022 to 2026. Great, we have to wait another 4 years for them to actually do their job. To protect investors, maintain a fair, orderly, and efficient market, and facilitate a capital formation. Overall, the SEC is just trash. Now, guys, I want to get into the charts on my AMC price prediction to close out the video, but I didn't really give you guys an intro today. If you are new to the channel, my name is Lottery Stocks, and I appreciate you all clicking onto the video. Tomorrow will be Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. I'm sure I will upload something tomorrow. I am also working on new merch for a Black Friday sale. And to show support for the channel, there is a like button and a subscribe button down below. Also, feel free to drop a comment. All of that is free, and if you want to go beyond that, there is a super thanks down below and free stocks linked in the description and pinned in the top of comments. All you have to do is download Moomoo, sign up, create an account, and deposit at least $1 to get a chance to win up to $60,000 for the holiday sweepstakes. This is a limited time. You will also get up to 15 free stocks, so this is better than any promotion Webull has ever run, Robinhood has ever run, and essentially it's just free money. Again, that link will be pinned in the description down below. Let's get into the charts. Okay, so the S&P 500 did go green today off of this news. It's not necessarily uncertainty. We kind of got where the sentiment will lean into December, so you could see slight green going into December before the December FOMC meeting and the CPI data report comes out. Again, we are staying in this parallel channel for now with the S&P 500, but taking a look at cryptocurrency, again, until that starts pumping up, I'm not seeing the S&P 500 start to climb. I do think personally that there is further downside, at least by the end of 2022 or 2023. So that is my expectation for the overall market. I do think we do have some sort of crash incoming and that we will go into more of a recession. Now, this is AMC. We left the Bollinger Bands. We came back in. And in my opinion, we are just starting this run up 7% on the day. And essentially, I'm waiting to exit these Bollinger Bands again and have a lot of volume kick in today. Today, we just hovered in the 30 million volume range, but it has been better compared to the past couple days. This is something I'm looking for on AMC. I know it's really choppy and it doesn't look like much, but let me give you the levels that I'm looking at. So today, I was looking around the $8.26 range. Again, give or take 50 cents to $1. The next couple of trading days, I'm looking at that $10 zone, $12 zone, $14.50, mid 17s, and finally breaking 20s. And I'm looking at that following the next trading days back to back to back to back to back with volume kicking in the stock. So essentially on the next trading day for AMC, I do expect that we break over 830 and potentially even have a run up to $10. This is my expectations coming into next week, and ultimately it should be an exciting week come next week. Hopefully everybody here does enjoy their holiday and enjoy their Thanksgiving. Make sure to eat a ton of food and come back to the channel for more videos. So that is it, guys. I appreciate you watching the video, clicking in. I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and dropping a comment. Make sure to hit that like on your way out for the algorithm push. I'm going to roll that outro. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.